Lowry returns, and what a return. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Let's Talk Raptors. I'm your host, Sham, my channel where you get reviews, analysis, predictions, and hot takes on all things Raptors as well as some NBA. So, today the Raptors played the Miami Heat, and it was the much awaited return of Kyle Lowry to Toronto for a game. So, without a further ado, let's talk Heat versus the Raptors. Now, let me get the game out of it, really out of the way, really quickly, because what I want to talk about is Kyle Lowry. So, the game started off. Freddie VanVleet came out and just wanted to show Kyle Lowry off. He's going off from everywhere, and Pascal's doing his thing. And the Raptors, by the third quarter, have a 10-point lead. And that's when, Kyle Lowry decides to do what he always did when he was with us, is start to control the game, both on the defensive end and on the offensive end. And, Marcus Strus couldn't seem to miss today. I think he went 8 of 10 from the three-point line or 7 of 9, something like that. And it was just him getting open shots, especially, I don't know, I'll get into why that was happening. And, they make a comeback. And in the fourth quarter is going back and forth. And, the Raptors are down by about, I think it was 5 points or 4 points with about, I think it was 10 seconds left or so. And, there's a broken, oh no, yeah. Boucher dunks the ball and Lowry inbounds it, and then the Raptors are putting pressure on it because they want to, either steal the ball or create, do a foul. And, basically, Tyler Hero throws it off the net, and it ends up in Freddie VanVleet's hand. And you think it's going to be fate. He gets an open three-pointer, and he just misses on the right-hand side, and Freddie can't believe it. And in the end, the Miami Heat win this game by 5 points. Had he made that shot, we would have had another chance to at least tie the game down the line. But it is what it is. Freddie balled out today, and so did Pascal. And this showed that Lowry left the team in good hands. So that was the game. Am I sad that we lost? Yes. Am I sad that we lost to Kyle Lowry with his return? No. Would I have preferred that we would have won this game? Yes, because it would have helped us in the standing. But it's fitting that Kyle Lowry, comes back and wins the game with his new team. But it is what it is. This loss does not hurt me at all because of who we lost against, and that's Kyle Lowry. So the first key takeaway I have, guys, it was great to see it. The tribute video was good. It showed us all of his good moments. It actually made you recall the things. Like, the only reason we kept losing with Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan was because we were playing LeBron James in the playoffs every freaking year. And, even though Kyle had some struggles in the start, he eventually became the guy who was taking the shots at the end. So was DeMar. And, the video kind of showed how he not just made the Raptors a relevant team. He was a great leader, and he was a guy who was involved in the community and did a lot for the Raptors organization overall. And this was a guy that nobody wanted because they thought he had an attitude problem. But the growth he showed, he became a man in our team, in our organization, in our city. And when in his pregame interview, he called it home. Like, he was like, it's good to be back home. And that just shows you, like, he loved this team, and he loves this organization, the city, the fans, everything. And that's a guy you will always, respect and always want to cheer for. And that's, like, for me, if the Raptors, don't get a deep run in the playoffs, my team is the Miami Heat, and it's only because of Kyle Lowry. So it was great to see him. It was good to see him doing his thing, trying to take charges and stuff, even though Pascal, got him a little bit on that. But it was good to see him, and he almost cried. So that shows that he does give a shit about us even now. And he's always said that he's going to want to retire as a Raptor, and I hope the Raptors keep him like an Udonis Haslem type of situation that Miami does. Plays like 20 minutes a season, but he's on the payroll, and he's just a leader for the guys because what he's done for Freddie, Pascal, other guys that were here for moments like Gary Trent Jr. and those guys, he's put that mentality in their head to play like dogs and try your best no matter what happens, never give up on a game. And that kind of showed because Freddie came out today, wanted to punch Kyle Lowry in the face, I mean, through his game and show him, hey, Kyle, I still remember everything you taught me, and I'm taking that next level, to go beyond you. And that's what, teachers want to do for their students. And that's what Lowry was. He was a role model to these guys, and he will be happy that they take a bigger step, eventually pass him, right? So good to see that. Now, in regards to the Raptors, the first key takeaway in regards to that is that we miss OG Anunoby. We didn't have him today, and it creates issues on our defensive end. And that's kind of why Marcus Strauss had the ability to get such open shots today, because the screeners were being screened, and the Raptors weren't as mobile on the defensive end. And I don't know exactly why OG wasn't playing today. Maybe it's rest. Maybe I don't know what the hell's going on. And maybe his fingers flaring up again. But he was eventually getting it. And it creates an issue on the offensive end because OG is that corner shot guy. He's making that shot. And he has that post play as well. So there was nobody really banging bodies today to make Bam Adebayo tired. Protecting, being able to switch very well. I like Tad Young, but again, he's not OG Anunoby on the defensive end. No, he's good, but he's no OG Anunoby. So, the defense looked a little bit shaky today, and that caused, Marcus Strauss to be open for several open three-point shots. And he's a 40% three-point shooter. He nailed them. 7 of 9 today. I think he had 27 points today. And when you got a point guard like Kyle Lowry getting him the ball, or Tyler Hero, who's very fidgety and, has he moves and all those things, he's going to get those open shots unless you have a good defensive communication. And that only happens, especially when, we have OG, because OG can control Oladipo. Oladipo has 17 points. So if OG was on top of him, he wouldn't have that. And asking, Scotty Barnes to do both things as a rookie is a little bit more onerous, especially in such a game where emotions are high, right? And not in a negative way, in a positive way. So that's something that I noticed, that OG is very, very important for us, especially going down the line. Not just his defense on the offensive end. He is able to get in the post when we really, really need that bucket. And he spaces the floor very well for Gary Trent Jr. It seems like every time OG is not in the lineup, unless we're playing a shitty team, Gary Trent Jr. has a little bit of struggles in getting open for those shots. I don't know what it is with him playing with OG and Freddie at the same time. But he gets better shots at that time because there's more focus on those two guys. So that's my key takeaway on that. And another key takeaway is that the Raptors are in a good situation, man. Cleveland lost today, so I think they're 3 games behind us, which means we got 4 games left. If we win 1 or 2 of those games, we will eventually, and Cleveland loses 1 more game or whatever, we will be leading them. And we will be not going to the play-in. Whether it's the 6th spot, whether it's the 5th spot, it does not matter. We will be getting there. And our schedule isn't as difficult coming up. We have Houston once. We have Philadelphia, who we've shown that we can beat. Especially they're going to be resting their stars down the line because Joel Embiid has a history of injury. So there's a possibility they might rest them. So the Raptors have a good schedule coming up. And I think they can at least keep the 5th spot. If not, they're definitely going to keep the 6th spot. Unless we just go on a shitty losing streak, which God forbid, and knock on wood, doesn't happen. So that's something that's positive. The Raptors are finally making NBA take notice of themselves. Even if they don't, we are a team to be reckoned with, especially when we get OG and OB, in there regularly. All of these guys are playing and everything is working out. And Freddie looked good today. That's my last key takeaway. Freddie looked good today. It seemed like he was playing against Kyle Lowry, but his knees seems like it's more rested. He was more in rhythm today. His 3-point shot was looking good. Yes, I think later on in the 4th quarter, maybe it hurt him a little bit, but he's doing well. And it seems like, hopefully that rest we get by avoiding the play-in will be even better for Freddie. And going down the line, the Raptors are going to be dangerous because Pascal is playing at an all NBA, more than an all NBA, like first team all NBA, level. And then Freddie's just getting there with his injury. Gary Trent is, consistently scoring 18, 19 points now, which, he was struggling when he came back from the All-Star break and, injuries and stuff like that. and OG is consistent, especially on his defensive end. So the Raptors are a very, very good team. That's something that I think we have going forward. The last thing I would say, guys, is I would like to see Scotty Barnes go back a little bit. I know he did a little bit of it today, but I would like to see him play in the post a lot more. His 3-point shot is looking good, no doubt, and it's, you want him on the perimeter to space out, but I think he can get us a bucket almost. I would say 7 possessions out of 10 if he's playing in the post. He just has that nice finishing ability, and you want to build that, especially in this NBA. Where everybody's just so 3-point focused. He's gonna get a lot of easy buckets down, underneath the basket. And if he doesn't, it gives you more ability to be able to space the floor and shoot the ball out and allow an open 3-pointer for your, good 3-point shooters. And that's pretty much what I have for you guys for this video. I will see you guys after the next game. And MVP for today, man, gotta give it to Kyle Lowry. Just love that guy. Everything he did for us, even though we shat on him sometimes, but he's the GOAT, at least for now. So let's see what happens next, guys. It is getting interesting in the East. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Please hit that like and subscribe button to my channel. Help it grow. I'm close to the 100. Let's hit that 100 mark on the subscribers. So I will see you guys after the next game.